Hello there, everybody, and welcome back to the always weekly Grease and Oil podcast.
It's the podcast where both Matt and I take great responsibility and
Of
effort
course. That's why we're
to
here.
make sure that this quality broadcast is brought to your ear holes every week, regardless of the apocalypse or 9/11 or anything in between those two.
I like how barely anybody noticed that the podcast was
About
not.
two people tweeted at me
That's
that it was
that's because
yeah,
no one gives a shit about this podcast at all.
about I'd say 30 people. 30 people are like desperately waiting for it to come out on Friday. And that's pretty bad, but it's not as bad as you could be.
Yes. So
So
sorry we missed the upload last week, but oh well. Stuff happens.
it wasn't a laziness thing. It was simply the fact that we had shit going on, and as I assume that this podcast is not being listened to by robots. Humans listen to this, so I think as a human you can sympathize with our humanly mistake.
I don't feel bad about it at all.
I don't feel bad about it at all, but other people will be like, "Whoa, you just don't care about your fans anymore." Oh, all of our fans, we care deeply about each and every one of you,
Especially you, Rytron 12.
and we really want to get deep inside each and every one of you.
That's a little weird. What if
Speaking of getting deep inside you, the Great Race. No, fuck. Wait, what's it called?
it's
The Adventure
there we go.
The Adventure Begins got really deep down inside
Edit
my.
point?
It pulled some strings there, some heartstrings, some kidney strings, some string beans, some string cheese, all the strings.
But before we get into the strings of The Adventure Begins, it's time.
Do you guys know what time it is?
What time is it? Explain it to us, Vinny.
All right, guys.
Yes, there we go. I think Vinny just passed a kidney stone while he said tweet time.
I passed a kidney string.
But
yeah.
there we go. All right, it's time to read some
Sorry,
tweet.
I was blarding during that entire part.
God, that is our worst bit that we're ever gonna do. All right, the first one comes from our boy Lego Lover 117. It says the case of, because if you remember 2 weeks ago, he got mad at you because you accidentally called him Leg Lover on the podcast.
Well, don't we all love some legs? Frog legs, women legs. They're all women are like food, you just want to get them into your mouth.
And he said he was gonna sue us for defamation or something. And so he made us he made us a meme of us two in court with me holding a Baja Blast, of course, and him on the other side, and Ted's the judge with a big Canadian flag behind him, and it says the case of Lego Lover versus Grease and Oil is now in session. We've got a cool one from J-Sec the
That one wasn't so cool, but this one's a
one's
cool one.
It's from J-Sick the Collector at Miro Slogulka.
Just rolls right off the tongue.
Definitely does. And it says GAOP. It's a picture, and it says GAOP, but it was like arranged so that all of his trains spelled it out. That's cool.
See, we have fans.
That's cool.
If speaking of fans, if you want to tweet us something really cool, you should tweet us at #GAOP, and we might read it on the podcast. And you know what? We might follow you on Twitter if it's dope enough. But that's a very. I mean, we got Edward Top Hat and like apparently. Jacob does some stuff like very occasionally, but other than that, we probably won't follow you.
We got one from at EJ Written. He says Thomas wouldn't realize. Oh yeah, because we had Keekray on the podcast last week.
Oh yeah, Keekles was there.
Has a sister. I literally would never have guessed. Me neither, honestly.
What does that? Is that's not saying like, oh wow, he's black. I would have never guessed with having white hands. Like, yeah, people have sisters.
I mean, he's also black.
What about the videos that you've seen was like, oh, this is a single child. I will tell you right now, firsthand, this guy grew up alone with no friends, sitting on his carpet talking to trains. Making videos where he reads the entire Wooden Railway yearbook. Because I think we've all done that from one time or another. I did it. Keekray did it. I think Rob didn't.
No, Rob didn't do. That's just you two. All right, we got one from Flying Thistle Studios, and it's You've seen the picture of Hugo, right? The new propeller engine.
Boy, have I ever. Shout
Me
out
and
to
Kikre were
Lucky Tug
joking.
for showing me him.
Me and Kikre were joking in the last episode about how his face looks like Max from Blue Tax. So this person
You're
edited
welcome for that, by the
this
way.
person edited Max from Blue Tax's face onto Hugo, and it's scary.
Really?
It
I actually haven't seen this
Go
yet.
to
I
the
want to see this.
hashtag.
GAOP.
We got another one from our meme Rick, and it's Gordon talking to Stanley. And Gordon says, "Morning, Stanley. Nice paint work." Stanley says, "Thanks, Gordon." Gordon says, "You're welcome, Stanley." That's a good one.
Well, I mean, I have seen this meme so many times because the person he tagged me in it.
Mm-hmm.
So I get notified every time some bimbo likes the photo, and it was like fucking 40 likes, which is good for the person, good publicity there. But like, stop, just stop liking.
We've got another one from Brennan Balsamo. This pretty much sums
Oh,
up.
my favorite, good old balsamic vinegar. Just love that guy.
This pretty much sums up most TCC stories, and it's a DVD that's called Chases, Races, and Runaways.
That is very accurate. I would agree 150% with that. Yes, it is Spills and Chills and other Thomas Thrills.
Our Milk Tanker Media Boy says, "What things would they never do in the TV series that you would like to see?"
Make good content.
Kill the narrator.
Goddamn.
Also kill Sailor John.
Well, they kind of did that. I guarantee if he doesn't come out of prison with like one of those like teardrops, fucking teardrop tattoos, and he's like, "I've been through. Now where's my skiff?" Oh, he's a little railboat tour guy now. Fucking pussy.
We've got one from at Marco_Inc03, and it's a picture of our thing that says, "New episodes every Friday." Caption, clearly a lie. And then another one, "Where the
You
hell..."
missed a week before. This isn't the biggest calamity, guys.
And it says, "Where the hell is hashtag GAOP?" I don't know, man.
See,
it's right here. Maybe the
it's
Grease
right.
and Oil podcast has been inside of you this entire time.
Did you get stuck?
Did the
Were
Grease
you like anally raping this 5-year-old Marco kid?
Did the Grease and Oil podcast get stuck inside of you?
I find that it gets stuck inside of me.
Guys, let us know in the comments if the podcast has gotten stuck inside of you before.
And that is a genuine compliment. I want to see that on a t-shirt. I want to see that on memes. I want to see that on billboards. Make it happen, people.
And the last tweet comes again from our boy Flying Thistle Studios. "Golly gosh darn it, I've ran out of things to stare at with no grease and oil." Well, congratulations. Here you go.
Wait, oh, I get it, because you stare at the eyes. Wait, I thought people were supposed to, like, listen to it when they were doing stuff and not just, like, watch it like it was a genuine video.
Yeah, that's kind of, I don't know why.
That's a little weird.
Like, Lego Lover, I know he just downloads it and just listens to it while he does shit, like he mows his lawn and stuff like that. He listens to it in the car.
And this is a person I don't even know, but okay. Right.
It's pretty great. All right, thanks for the cool tweets, guys. I had to skip over some of them just because I didn't want tweet time to last like 10 minutes like it did last.
Yeah, we should get into
episode.
the review, because this one I feel like I have a lot more to say, because Legend of the Lost Treasure is the one that everyone has said everything about. And
We got
Adventure
so off topic when we were talking about Legend of the Lost Treasure.
We didn't talk about Legend. We talked about Legend of the Lost Treasure for like 5 minutes.
We talked about how we wanted Sailor John to die.
I still do. I think it would be
That'd
fantastic.
be great. You just
It
don't have to
would.
see him resurface. That's it. Anyways,
Well, you're not going to see him again because he's put in prison, and they're not going to get John Hurt back in the same way they're not going to get Eddie Redmayne back.
the adventure begins. What'd you think of this movie, Vince?
The Adventure Begins is kind of a metaphor for the way that Arc Production turns out. Arc Productions, it's plural, it's many productions, turned out, because everyone was extremely doubtful of their animation from King of the Railway onwards, because it was, well, fucking terrible. It looked like Train Simulator meets Chuggington. It was really, really bad.
Okay, let's not
Ti-
go that far.
Tale of the Brave, yeah, it's still the same weird animation, but it's all right. They got interesting angles. Adventure Begins is the first special where it was like, wow, this is the best animation we've ever had, paired with probably the best story we've ever had in terms of like obviously like fan service. I don't know if it. Actually no, I wouldn't say it has the best story, but it has the most like moments you're like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna tear up. Oh my gosh, oh tweet time, tweet time, tweet time.
Yep, they actually do a tweet time segment in the movie, guys.
Dude, it was so great when Thomas has to like rescue James, and James would have stayed on the rails
If he hadn't been reading his tweets.
no, fucking Thomas is about to save him, and the guard is about to couple him up to the back of the brake van, and then Thomas is like, "Bring! Oh shit! Wait, it's just, guys, you know what this is? Oh what, Thomas? What is it? Help me!" And he starts going, "Oh man, I just love hashtag GAOP. It's fantastic,
Your
even though it's like
fucking
19
James voice
fucking
kills me every time I hear it, man.
There's a chitty every time, man.
Oh my god. Yeah, no.
Ridiculous.
Oh man. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so I don't know. I like The Adventure Begins a lot. I thought it was, but I didn't love it like everyone else did. I thought it was extremely okay.
That's okay. So here's the thing that I find about it is the fact that it's a very character-driven story, but it's not. Maybe it's just because I've been exposed to so many shitty TCC plots, and that there isn't a whole lot of character. It's just, oh, you jump off the bridge. Oh, do this explosion, whatever.
You heard it here. Vinny hates the TCC and wants to quit it.
Shh, that's not what I said. I didn't say that. I don't want to quit it. I already quit 7 years ago when I was born. Because I'm 7 years old to everyone who's not like fucking 15. But anyways.
You heard it here first. Vinny's 7.
You heard it here first. Vinny fucks 7-year-olds. He gives them blood farts. Anyways,
You heard it here first. The Great Race came out 7 years ago.
You heard it here first. Matt and Vinny got the first premiere footage directly from Mattel. Because Mattel cares about their customers. Yes, they do. Yes.
You heard it here first. Matt and Vinny make bits go on way too long.
You heard it here first. Vinny and Matt make love and their bits rub together for way too long.
You heard it here first. This is getting really awkward.
You heard it here first. That's not the first time someone said that.
I'm calling this episode You Heard It Here First. That's going to be the name of this episode.
You heard it here first.
That's going to be the name of this episode.
That's not going to get views, though.
Fine.
The Adventure Begins review is
The Adventure Begins discussion. There we go. In all caps, like all of our other discussions are.
It's a Smosh video,
Gotta
guys.
get
You gotta get the Smosh revenue.
That young
but,
clickbait.
Like I was saying, and before I turned into Jim Carrey from a series of unfortunate events, basically,
this podcast
most of the other Thomas movies is like, okay, well, we gotta have this, we gotta have this, we gotta have this, we gotta sell this toy. Adventure Begins sort of slowed down, and it was the story progressed by how the characters were evolving, but it wasn't like, oh wow, Thomas is going to go to the Great Railway Show and he's also going to get a branch line. It's like, yeah, there's big spectacles that happen, but it's like 2 at the end, and that's it. The rest of the story is driven by Thomas's evolution over the course of like what, like a month, 2 months. How long would you say?
Yeah.
From beginning to end, how long would you say it was?
I'd say probably about a month.
About a month, which I still find a little weird because, like, yeah, I guess Thomas sort of proved himself with like one thing, but it's like, okay, Thomas, here you go. You saved James, which is something that really anyone.
You pronounced it wrong. It's Chomash.
Chomash, you saved James. Yeah, I'm over here. Shut up, James. Basically. You saved the whole railway, except you didn't save the whole railway because James, nobody fucking liked James. He had fucking wood brake blocks, for Pete's fucking sake. But anyways, you saved James, Thomas, and we're gonna give you the branch line. I don't know why, because who was running the branch line before Thomas got it? The coffee pot, but the coffee pots are covered in ivy, like they haven't been used in like 40 years. So then,
sir, I really think we should dig those coffee pots out of there.
No, Steven. Shh. Stop, it's tweet time. Guys, it's just
tweet time. I love that podcast.
It doesn't mean that shit. Anyway, Thomas, what I'm trying to say through this is that you sort of deserve a branch line, but I'm still I still feel like you could maybe get, I don't know, a couple weeks like pulling passenger trains because as we all know, the last time you pulled a passenger train went fucking terribly. So I don't think you're ready.
Sir, you
Honestly,
can't just give a branch line to any engine that you just really like.
exactly. It was like, and this isn't the fault of the film at all. If they
It's the
changed it,
fault of the original story.
it's the fault of Audrey.
Sir
And it's
Topham
like,
Hatt just randomly has a branch line. He's like, here you go.
well, like, what were the people of the Farquhar branch line doing before that? Because all of a sudden, Thomas has a branch line with like fucking 10 stations on it and all these things, and it's like, what were these? Were these people just relying on Birdie?
And
But Birdie wasn't really around then. Birdie was like a new bus and whatever.
they were all walking.
I mean, like, I feel like, and again, a lot like Legend of the Lost Treasure. This film, okay, Legend of the Lost Treasure, I think could have really benefited from a half hour more. This one, maybe 10 minutes more of just little explanation of because they have the opportunity to retell these stories. They could have gone into a little more detail of saying, "Oh yeah," like Shadama just could have thrown in the fact that all the people of that line they've been taking the bus and they don't appreciate it. You could really help them, Thomas.
I don't know why Glenn's in this movie.
It I've said this in some podcast before to somebody. I don't know. It was a video I was planning to make back when The Adventure Begins came out, and I just never did it. But there's a problem with your Thomas film when the last line in that film is "My name is Glenn." The last line, this send off line for the film isn't "He's a really useful engine" or whatever. It's buy the fucking toy that's exclusively at Walmart, because that's what this film is. It wasn't the fact that it's the 70th anniversary and we're gonna make a really cool film. That's what Legend of the Lost Treasure was. This one was Walmart really, really got high DVD sales for like the other
Walmart
exclusive
really, really
Walmart.
got high. You could just stop it right there.
Well, they have you been to? I haven't been to
I
Walmart, but I've
love Walmart.
never been there. But I've seen pictures, and I hope to never go in
The
my entire
last
life.
time I went to Walmart with my friends, we found a half smoked joint, and then we smoked the other half.
That explains all too much.
And it was
But
just sitting
okay,
there on the floor.
okay. The thing that people have to understand is that the great, or fuck, I always say the Great Race
The great
because that's all we.
adventure, the great
The great
king of
adve-
the adventure race
We've done this joke.
begins.
We've done this joke before. Okay, the freaking adventure. The Adventure Begins is a film that was conceived simply out of the fact that Walmart's like, hey, we had a couple Walmart exclusive Thomas DVDs before they sold kind of well. Can you do like a Walmart exclusive DVD for us that's like original content? It's like the Walmart show, but for Thomas. And instead
The
of doing
Walmart
that,
show.
they're like, hey, we could adapt like the first two Railway series book, which is the complete opposite of the Thomas Walmart show. But that's what it was supposed to be, and they made it into something so cool. But this could have been so easily like Thomas in the UK trip, where it's like, Thomas goes on a boat to America and tours through Walmart and blah blah blah. And it could have been. It wouldn't actually happen, but
Wow,
that
I
was
sure love this flavored water, only available at Walmart.
bing 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 cha-ching cha-ching cha-ching,
Okay.
money flying into the pockets
Okay,
of all
there
the
actually is this flavored water called Clear America that's only available at Walmart. It is so good. Oh my god.
maybe rivaling your Baja Blast
No,
obsession.
nothing can beat Baja Blast.
I 2 weeks ago, Turtles mailed me a can of Baja Blast, and I will tell you right now, to your cartoon Skype image face, it was pretty okay.
Why the fuck did they give the breakdown trains faces?
I
Sorry, I know that that's
I
definitely
do
not
not
what you're
have an
talking
answer
about.
for you, because I would give you. Everyone was like, "Oh, they're gonna make toys out of them," and there is yet to be a single bit of merchandise released from Jerome and Judy, and you will also never see Jerome and Judy in the series again, because it's like, "Oh, we can't have multiple Crane characters,"
Exactly, like what the fuck?
except for the fact that we do already
Like
have
Glenn's
multiple.
getting his own episode next season or this season. I don't know what season we're on. Season 20? Yeah, sure.
So, yeah,
He's getting his own season 20 episode,
I
and he's racing against Steven for some fucking reason.
wait, really?
Yeah.
Glenn versus
Yeah, it's Glenn v.
okay,
Steven.
I'm not
Dawn of
gonna lie.
Oldness.
I'm not gonna lie. that sounds like the best racing concept this franchise has ever
What
fucking
if it
had.
was just them two like going like super slow, like?
That's the joke. I want to. This is so. I didn't know. Wait, you're not just pulling my leg. This is real.
No, I'm serious. Go on the, go and look up the Christmas coffee pot, and
I'll look it up.
the
But
description is Glyn is restored for the holidays and races against Steven.
that is a fucking brilliant setup. Thank you, Andrew Brenner. I appreciate
I
you.
appreciate you. You smart.
I wouldn't say he's loyal, but he's smart.
He's smart. He a genius.
All right, so coming from the perspective of someone who doesn't really watch much modern Thomas, what do you have to say about the film, Matt?
Wow, that was a pretty good movie. It was pretty adequate, that's for sure. I'd
I want
say
to
I was
I want to hear your reasoning for it. I'm curious.
um I mean, the animation was really nice, and
Compared to previous.
I did like that they took the effort to, I mean, to redo all the old stories in CGI again. But I don't know, something just sort of made just didn't make this one stand out for me. Like to me, the great, and this might be because I just watched the Great Race a little while ago, but I also just watched The Adventure Begins.
So yeah, that's not really a good argument.
But I mean, I still remember more about the Great Race than I do about this movie, and I just rewatched this.
It doesn't really leave much of an impression on you other than I remember for the first time it was a really warm feeling, very nice feeling, but again, because it's retelling 85% of the stuff in the
There we
film
go.
is not
What, you just
new.
throwing out wild numbers, wild estimates?
85, 75, 75, sold to the man at the top of the bottom. Yes. But basically, this film is really, really well made, but because it is a Walmart exclusive film, you have to keep in that mindset of we just got really lucky because we could have had like dinos and discoveries put together into a special with like 5 extra minutes of bonus. Like the Great Race to me feels like a Walmart exclusive
It definitely
idea.
does. You're definitely right on that
It
one.
feels like something that you would have a whole line of Walmart exclusive Great Race toys in the international engines, and that would all be that huge merchandising buzz that's only at Walmart, like freaking Baja Blast, only at Taco Bell. That's the only place you can get it. It's the same type of idea, and you could have had The Adventure Begins be an hour-long special with added stuff that explains stuff like, wait, where the fuck, what were the people doing of the Farquhar branch line? Because Glenn is fucking covered in weeds, like he hasn't been used in 20, at least for over 20 years.
Did you hear that? Did you hear that Baja Blast was actually specially designed for Taco Bell?
That's not that's not like a special magical piece of knowledge. That's yeah, duh.
I was doing some research online, and they were like saying like, "Oh, this was specially curated and mixed with flavors that would also mix well with Taco Bell's flavors, and the name and colors and the flavors were all designed to appeal to Taco Bell's customer." I don't know. I thought it was interesting.
To appeal to the average Taco Bell customer.
Yeah. So to appeal to a homeless
Just like
Mexican vagrant.
no, not Mexican, white.
Oh,
Very.
it's like that guy that like tries to act like the overly aggressive Mexican gangster at your school. Like, well, fuck you just say to me, essay? I'll fuck you up. Fucking, I'll get the cartel in your ass. I'll fuck you up, homeboy.
It's like
Come
Have
at
you ever
me,
seen
hombre.
Napoleon Dynamite?
Yep.
It's like the guys. It's like the guys, Pedro's cousins that come by when that kid is like beating him up near like the bike rack, and they come up in their pimped ride, and they're like, that's if those guys were white, that would be the average Taco Bell attendee. I'm gonna call it an attendee, like it's some sort of great railway.
I love doing that character in real life, the overly aggressive Mexican gangster, because it just lets me get up really close in people's face. I'm just like, fuck you just said to me, hombre, I'll fucking kill you. Like, it's fun.
Are you like a street performer?
No.
What do you do? What do you mean in real life?
I mean, I don't know. I do characters in real life. I do characters with my friends.
You must be real popular with the ladies.
I am.
Dude. Oh, there's Matt with his Thomas Choo Choo videos and his characters.
Hey, man, no one knows I do the Thomas Choo Choo videos. Only me.
Well, I would say and the people that
Chugga
watch
chugga
you.
cho cho!
I would say and the people that watch you, but nobody watches you. Oh!
Whoa, what was that? I think you just passed another kidney stone while you were
Yes, I
singing.
do!
All right, guys. I think Vinny's dead. This is now just the Grease podcast. No longer is oil here.
I put the oil into your grease and
You may know Vinny as the oil from the podcast Grease and.
that's gonna be like my BoJack Horseman claim to fame. In 30 years, people are like, "Hey, is that oil? Shut up! I'm a horse, bitch."
Bitch. All right,
I
back
think
to
that's my
back to the
every
movie.
yeah. Let's get back to the movie, shall we?
It was pretty good.
It was pretty good, actually. See, what I was talking about expanding like the weird like why would you do that elements. There's a couple elements of it, but one that I really noticed that's like a standout from what happens is the fact that Sir Topham Hatt actually gets upset at Edward for giving Thomas his job. He's like in that scene when they're like it's like raining at Knapford Station and like he's talking to him on the platform right before that whole weird Henry scene. Like they actually like they expand upon the events of the story without changing it, and that's what the whole film should have been. But the film was the majority was a straight adaptation, and that's really really good. But the straight adaptation, if you have the opportunity to sort of fill in the plot holes and sort of just like make it sort of level and just like have it like be a complete story because it didn't feel complete. There were elements where you felt really rushed and there were each character sort of you felt like they were supposed to have a story arc, but then you don't really see Gordon much in the second half. And then he comes back and he's like, "Oh, well, tender agents can't shun." And it's like wink wink to the audience, "Hey, guess you read the Railway series. You know what we're talking about, bitch." Yeah, but then it's like they don't pay it off with anything unless we get a sequel, which we probably won't because I I don't think Adventure Begins sold very well because it should have been a eye-popping great race and it was what the fuck is The Adventure Begins? That's not a that when I see The Adventure Begins as a person, it's like, oh, I know Thomas. He went to Misty Island. There was a day of diesels. Yeah, he was the king of all the railways. What is Adventure Begins? What that does what?
Skarloey Railway 1 brought up a good point that I didn't realize bothered me until I thought about it, and yet now it bothers me. Um, that Henry is actually afraid of rain in this movie. In the original story, he was just like pompous.
He was pompous and he was afraid of the concept of his rain of his rain getting dirty, of his paint getting ruined. I don't know how. Again, I don't understand how the paint again in the original Audrey story. How is rain? How does rain spoil your paint unless it was painted like literally as you were pulling out of the station and the painter was like clinging onto the side of your boiler for dear life, getting that last pinstripe just right, and then it flies off. like how does that affect your paint job? And this film sort of the film gives an explanation for that. It's not a good explanation, but I think the Unlucky Tug was sort of right because in this day and age, in this 2016 or whatever the year it is, basically you Henry is the worrier, freaking comic relief goofball of the Steam Team, and he shouldn't be, but we are at a point where he is that, and you have to fit that caricature into the film. And when Audrey says he's scared of rain, it's the wrong interpretation, but it's an interpretation that works with the character that we've known for like the past 8 years or so. So I think it's justified, but it's not good in the same way that the TCC is justified, but it's not good.
In the same way that my existence is justified, but it's not good.
No, your existence is not justified, and it's like it's not good, but it's not like terrible.
I'm sorry if I seem really out of it. It's because I just got off a 9-hour work shift. I'm hella tired. But hey, this podcast is sort of important, I guess. So, sure, I was like, hey man, let's record. And he's like, tomorrow. And I was like, not today. So, That's something that needed to be said. Some
That was
specialized,
really important to all the people who clicked on the thumbnail because it's
s-
going to be a really dope thumbnail with like
some
the adventure begins clickbait in it.
some specialized behind the scenes featurettes here.
Oh, that's all. That's what we're dishing out. All the behind the scenes chunks
Guys,
and
Milktaker
all the
Media got a Skype.
juiciness.
You should add him on Skype, everybody.
He didn't. He didn't. He's gonna hate you for saying that.
So what?
He's
He
gonna despise you.
literally he tweeted about it, and so he's fine.
Oh, well, okay. If he tweeted about it, then that's different.
Guys, add him on Skype. His name is
His birth name
his
is.
his name is
Oh
Slim
my
Shady.
God, that is a big spider. Holy shit, that's not his birth name. There's just a really big spider.
His name is That's a Big Spider. Holy shit. All right, guys,
Taker Media.
add Milktaker
Add
Media.
Mr. Milk Tanker Media.
Add Mr. Milktaker Media 5,002,014.
See, you guys just have the obsession with like the letter M alliterations, like Mr. MPS, Milk Tanker Media, Matt Mishad,
Mr. Conductor Fan.
Mr. Conductor Man, Mortino Mix,
All right, guys,
Myrtles and Mamas,
add Milktaker Media on Skype at
Merrick
Mr.
Mier, Mifty Me, Mudden Mail May Muse,
Merrick Mier Mifty Meme.
Mamas and Men.
I don't even know what that one is.
Measle me one mine.
Are you just looking through your recent Skype contacts
I'm
now?
looking through my recent Skype calls.
Matt Millman. Matt Mailman.
Matt Mimod.
No, Matt Mailman.
Wood Mitch. Mace Mide McMason. You got Matt Millman.
Mailman.
You got Mupside Mao. You got Myzaya.
Oh my god, I'm getting a phone call.
My main modeler. Mines Menside. Mac Malloway. Manon Cardi. Menon Mees Men. And of course, the ever popular Mamas Mudden Mailmay Mamuse.
Of course.
No, Mamas Mudden Mailmay. There's no Mamuse. There's not a Thomas Wooden Railway Reviews account. I'm sure there is. I'm sure he's probably listening to this because the people that listen to this podcast are the type of people that make, freaking usernames like Mr. Conductor Fan 1406 and the Flying Thistle Studios and stupid stuff like that. And I just roasted you, Flying Thistle Studios.
And like Ryan Tron 12. Marion Tron.
Ryan Tron 12. We are never gonna. I've to this day never seen any of his videos.
Me
but
neither.
I just assume he's just a terrible human being that like donates to charities and then takes it back.
Guys, we've literally
like,
run out of
him.
we literally ran out of everything we had to say about the movie.
The Adventure Begins is a really good film. You should watch it, but I would not recommend it to a not Thomas fan. I wouldn't say, "Oh wow, if if you have a girlfriend and then she finds out you like Thomas and then you're like, "Oh no, the show's better now." And you try to like introduce it to her, do not introduce it to her with this because I don't think it's paced very well. I think the first season does it a lot better. The visuals here are a lot better because it's freaking CGI and not like, tiny budget models in 1984. This one works better in terms of visuals, but the original series tells it more. It's kind of ironic, but I think the original series tells it more thematically, which is really weird because the movie, it wasn't a theater. It was quite the opposite of a theatrical movie, but it led to a lot of really good things in terms of Ark's animation style. And it is not a bad film whatsoever, but I do think that Legend of the Lost Treasure is superior, even though Legend of the Lost Treasure also has some pretty fucking terrible pacing issues. So
you're right.
Especially since the freaking Smallies don't appear.
That's racist.
It's sexist, actually.
I'm so triggered right now.
I am just surrounded by people that are obsessed with the word triggered.
Triggered!
The person I'm doing this podcast with, the person I'm texting right now, my freaking sister, all she ever says is, "Oh, well, I'm just triggered by that, man." Because all she ever fucking watches is, like, BuzzFeed and shit.
Triggered.
I am, all the time, according to most of the people I hang out with. So.
I'm triggered by everything.
I'm triggered by all the men, women, and Robs of this community.
Savage. Got him. Rob, did you hear that? Vinny just called you out, dude.
I just called you because you're a different gender from me, and that means you're different, and I should hate you, you scum lord of the fucking earth.
I thought you were about to say Scum Lord of the Flies.
I don't know why that's funny to me, especially since I haven't read Lord of the
I think
Flies.
it's because we're both like pretty tired and
It's like 10 o'clock here, and it's like fucking 8 in the morning for you.
no, it's midnight for me.
Well, it's like 8 in the morning for Lucas, the train modeler, because he's in the UK.
It's like 5 o'clock.
I have a package from him. I could totally give away his address on a live podcast that only like the most desperately dedicated like 15 people listen to all the way
I
through.
could give away Turtles and Thomas's address right now.
So could I, actually. Well, you mailed him something for the and the part when you say and the part when he reveals his on camera. Oh, that
You
was
don't need to censor it. We're making a porno together. Whatever.
I was no, that wasn't a censor. He's working on a video called 2015 Wooden Railway review.
Oh, got it. I wouldn't be surprised, honestly.
I think we were sent two different versions of the script. That's all.
I'm not surprised, honestly. He's put out such dumb videos recently.
Oh,
Like
all of his videos are
20-second just dumb videos.
Like all this. Oh man, what a poop he had. He just makes the worst content, and Matt makes the best content, like a 5-minute fucking DJ Khaled parody. That's what the kids want to see.
Another one. Hey man, the DJ Khaled parody was only like a minute.
It was like 3 minutes long.
No, it wasn't, dog.
It felt 3 minutes long when I was watching it. I was contemplating turning it off like 40 times, and that is very difficult to do considering that that's like one every minute.
Okay, it was 1 minute and 30 seconds.
That's pretty long.
No, it's not.
I mean, this podcast is like 1 minute and 25 seconds, so you can't really compare it in the same way.
Okay, I'm starting to think it's less that you didn't like my video and more that you just have no sense of time.
I have no sense of time, space, or continuum. And
speaking of space, did you hear that Stephen Hawking said that there's definitely aliens out there?
You mean Stephen Hawking's computer chair said that there are definitely aliens out there?
Stephen Hawking
has never said anything in his fucking life. Except, actually, no, I think...
Why you gotta do that shit?
Oh, he has some sort of like a disease or something where
yes! Stephen Hawking has some sort of disease.
Well, I mean... It wasn't like he was born a crippled sack of bones, and they put him like
called ALS. You fuck.
They put him in like a Build-A-Bear sized wheelchair from birth, and they just sort of like sized him up like a Pokemon that just sort of, you know.
God, you are such a asshole.
I am the biggest of all of those.
Stephen Hawking said that there's definitely aliens out there, and if they come to Earth, we are fucked, because it will be like when Christopher Columbus met the Native Americans.
Oh my god.
We're in trouble, dude.
We should just throw all of the unbought copies of The Adventure Begins at them and hope they go away.
I think that would just make them angrier. They'd be like, "This movie's
they
adequate."
Probably sit down and watch it, and the first thing they come back is like, "Wait, what were the inhabitants of Farquhar doing before Thomas got his branch line?" Because all of the aliens are in fact the same native breed as Sean Connery, ex James Bond.
It's like the aliens are all the same as us, except they're like green. Like they have every same personality trait except.
So you've got a Sean Connery Bond. You've got a Sean Connery alien, and you've got a Mr. MPS alien, and you've got a James.
Holy shit! That was scary, dude.
Very reliable and really useful. Oh yes, I went both ways, motherfucker.
I wonder if the aliens that are the same as us but green have a podcast called like the Quarkxion and Zixix podcast.
Where the fuck did you get Quarkxion from?
I don't know. I think I got it.
Quarkxion.
What? It's just a random garbage term that just.
I'm gonna take a power drill to that.
It's just. Why do you have a power drill in your?
Maybe you should go back and watch the Diesel D199 live stream.
Or
And you'll see
maybe
that.
I won't.
Well, you should watch it because I inserted this.
You inserted
This
it in your fucking dick
I
hole.
I
I will
inserted this
only
power.
watch that if
I
you.
inserted this power drill into a paper towel roll and I spun it around like it was a fucking turntable. So shut the fuck up, man. I'm Sean Connery and I'm here to tell you all that the aliens are
I
taking
bet
over.
you that like the
And
second
even
you
your
left
Adventure
that
Begins
call
DVDs can't stop us from world domination. This is James Bond speaking. God damn it, I'm Sean Connery.
I bet you the second you left that stream, they were like, God, I fucking hate him. I really hate that kid.
Left the stream when everyone else did, so it was just. I guess it was Trent talking to himself.
I bet they started another stream just to talk about how much they don't like you.
You know, you're not wrong because I saw that in my subscriptions, the non-Vinnie stream.
You didn't think I mean I would click on this and see what it's about, but it says non-me
It says
in the title.
non-Vinnie. I should just follow the rules
I
that the
just-
title indicates. Simple as that. Simple logic.
I should be
guy.
respectful.
This is really fun. I'm not gonna lie. I love like fondling power tools
You
because I'm a powerful tool. Oh!
definitely are a tool.
And I don't know. There's not. I don't think there's like a Yoda quote.
So
that says,
overall, what did you think of the Adventure Begins? I
The
almost
great.
I almost
See?
just did it too.
We keep saying because the Great Race. We've been saying it so many times since like whenever our podcast came out. April.
I caught myself there. I was like, what do you think about the Adventure Begins?
Yeah, I noticed. Okay, The Adventure Begins is a really, really good film if you grew up watching season one and you are unsatisfied. That's the thing. When I was rewatching it like 2 or 3 days ago, I kept thinking to myself, what if you showed this film to a Thomas fan in like 2010 and they're like, man, Misty Island Rescue sucked and Hero of the Rails sucked. The people who make Thomas just don't remember the Railway series. And it's like, hey, buddy, I'm from the future. Look at this. It's like 3 years in the future. Take a look. Wow, look at that. It's fantastic. Oh my God. Do it time.
Yeah, that's what they say. Is every character you do, is their end sentence just punctuated by just like a silent muffled tweet time?
Every character that I do starts getting really loud because I get really close to the microphone, and then I start running out of air, and then when I'm talking like this, the only thing that can come to my mind is just saying, yeah. I'm really obnoxious.
We
I hope you
started
know
our
that.
podcast in February.
Okay, we started recording our
We
podcast
started recording in February. We didn't upload till like
April. It was I remember. Well, wait, shit. Because we filmed it in March 13th, I think is when you came to my house.
yeah, sure, we'll go with that.
It was like March 15th or something, and then I got about a month in. It took about another month to edit and shoot the rest of the scenes, and then
I'm gonna go into my
There was
camera roll and find out the
frickin-
exact date.
I'm pretty sure it was March 13th.
I'm
Wait,
pretty
what do
sure
you have
you're
on-
right.
What do you have on your camera roll?
I have
From
the
that-
date that I took the picture of us hanging out on the camera roll.
Oh,
The moments thing. On
all
your
the
phone. I'm looking through a lot of really ugly pictures of myself and my friends on my phone.
I don't think there is a not ugly picture.
March 11th.
Oh damn! I was 2 days off.
Did you hear that The Weeknd got a haircut?
I don't know. I neither don't know how to interpret that or understand it or care.
The
But
Weeknd is the guy with the chicken finger hair.
the guy that was on SNL.
I can't feel my face when I'm with you. That guy.
Yeah, the guy who's like, I can't feel my dick when I'm around you because it goes hard and numb. Yeah.
I mean, that sounds kind of like a personal problem.
It is. I've seen a lot of doctors for it, and it's all the same. They always keep asking, why do you get hard when we put on the surgical gloves? And then it's a long story from there. It's to be done.
Guys, thanks for listening / watching.
Thanks for
this
listening to this
episode.
week's podcast episode. Notice my level of hyperness and complete fucking irritation. I guarantee every single person in listening to this will be irritated me just because I haven't recorded one of these in a really long time. And honestly, I kind of missed it. So I gotta bundle all that energy of the 2 weeks being away. So this is like you're getting like 3 weeks worth of like Vinnie power
Good.
shoved at you. So I hope to further empower you and further penetrate your ear holes as
Good.
the weeks go on.
Turtles
It's
is
a
gonna tweet
never-ending
us.
pain.
Just wait. Next week, Turtles is gonna tweet us and be like, "Can we replace Vinny with Kikray full time?"
Because you said that and he actually does listen to these, now you have no choice. He has to. Sorry,
Come on,
Turtles.
You have to do
Come
it
on,
now.
come on, Turts. You got to do it.
Although, no, okay, we know he listens at least a part of these, but what are the odds that he actually listens to these all the way through?
He told me he does.
Oh, does
So,
he actually?
yeah, like when he's building stuff for Sudrian Conflict or like painting a set or something, he listens to it.
Oh, that makes sense. That's what you're supposed to do. You're not supposed to sit here and stare at the screen and listen to us talk.
Exactly. Freaking asshole, go do it.